You know that feeling when your sleep schedule is just absolutely cooked and your friend tells you to pull an all-nighter and it will be fixed the next day. So you go and stack up your supply of Red Bull and coffee and get ready to ruin your sleep even more. To me, it should be kinda obvious that pulling an all-nighter to fix your sleep is like those get a six-pack in 5 minutes workout videos. They simply just don't work. But in this video, I'll show you how to not only fix your sleep schedule, but your sleep quality as well. And trust me, it's most likely worse than you think. Good sleep will literally make you feel like a kid with unlimited energy and a way too boundless sense of humor. Oh, that drawing looks like absolute dog shit.
What?
I used to have terrible sleep all my life, like staying up till 3 AM to play Fortnite kind of sleep, and waking up 4 hours later to go to school, absolutely wiped out. But I fixed it. Nowadays I go to bed at the same time every day and wake up at 5 AM or 6 AM without even being tired. For you, my friend, I have one step for each week during the next month, and in just 30 days you'll be sleeping like a baby. So let's get started with step 1. Make it a priority. Listen, you're not gonna be getting good sleep if you don't prioritize it. Now there's a lot of people on the internet saying stuff like, cut out sleep, you need to be grinding when everyone else is asleep. Just no, don't listen to them. Sleep is honestly one of the most important things for health, so putting it high on your list of priorities is definitely the first step. It's the foundation of feeling good, looking good, and getting things done. I can tell you, I started to achieve way more goals after I began prioritizing my sleep, one of them being this YouTube channel you're watching. So, why are you scrolling your phone rather than sleeping? I don't know. Okay, first week's task. Make it a priority. Nice and easy to get you started. Let's move on. Now step 2 is to have a consistent bedtime. I go to bed at 9 PM, non-negotiable. Best decision I've ever made. You don't have to go to bed at 9 PM. If you like staying up and hate waking up early, 10 PM or even 11 PM can work just fine as long as you're getting enough sleep, like 7 to 9 hours. And when you're starting off, don't pick some extreme sleep schedule some wannabe doctor guru dude told you on TikTok like 8:30 to 4 AM to optimize your natural oscillation that repeats every 24 hours, which is also known as the circadian rhythm. Yeah. Shut up. I personally love the mornings, so I go relatively early to consequently wake up early as well. You, my friend, need to choose a time which works for you the best and stick to it no matter what. It can be hard at first, but after these 30 days, it will feel so natural to you, you won't even think about doing anything else but sleeping at that time. This whole consistency thing is about telling your body that we do sleep at this time and nothing else. And over time, this will just become a regular thing you do. Like if you have a routine to go to the gym at 5 PM and you do it every day without even thinking, sleeping will become just like that. Now when your desired bedtime rolls around, you need to stop whatever you're doing and go to bed. And sleep, not scroll Instagram. If you go to work or hang out with your friends or whatever and you're 10 minutes late, what do? You apologize. Treat your bedtime the same way. So your task for the second week is to decide a time when you go to bed. Write it down in the comments. I'm actually interested in what kind of schedules people like to use. And with that, we'll be moving over to step 3. Winding down. Good sleep starts before you actually go to bed. For me, at around 8 PM, like an hour before I go to bed, I turn off all my devices and begin to wind down. Because I know, you know, we all know, camera guy knows, if you just get off your phone and jump straight into bed, you're gonna be having those endless thoughts, making sleeping, I would say, almost impossible. It's only after you gotten rid of those thoughts, like 30 minutes of turning from side to side later, when you even get the option to fall asleep. So like, what do I do when winding down? Good question. Do stuff that makes you feel relaxed. You can read a book, go for a quick walk, write some stuff down. And what I definitely recommend is, if you have a family you live with or a girlfriend or whatever, is to just hang out. Like go chill in the living room and just talk. Maybe play some games. Just hang around. But it's pretty simple. Just avoid screens and doing things that make your heart rate go up. Or just things that make you feel too stimulated. Like don't fight anyone or watch any brain rot compilations and you'll be good. Oh yeah, and during this winding down stage, if any bad thought or any problem comes into your mind, you need to take a deep breath and just push that thought away. Sleep mode is on and you currently don't care about your problems. So, we're at week 3. You have made sleeping a priority, you got a consistent bedtime, and you developed a wind down routine. You're well on your way to perfect sleep. Step 4. Some stuff to avoid. Let's look at a few things you should be avoiding before going to bed. We already talked about screens, everyone knows that, but what else? Food. I found from personal experience that eating big meals before going to bed made my sleep quality so much worse. I used to be really into powerlifting, so I ate a lot, even when it was already late in the day. And yeah, my sleep used to be pretty bad. Now, I don't eat a big meal, I eat a lighter meal at around 7 PM, 7:30 maybe. And it works pretty well for me. This also is something that you can experiment with. You don't have to copy me, and you definitely don't have to copy these gurus online who eat their last meal at 11 AM like this dude. But experiment with eating your last meal earlier and find something that works for you. Then we have some obvious things to avoid like caffeine and alcohol. With caffeine there's a lot of mixed opinions on whether you shouldn't drink it 12 hours before going to bed, or that it's a miracle drug and you should be caffeinated 24/7. I personally don't drink coffee past 12 PM, and in my experience it's the best way. Also, quick tip, I drink my first cup 90 minutes after waking up, which definitely has had a great impact on tiredness. It comes from some cortisol level stuff, but just trust me bro, you'll be less tired. Alcohol is obvious, it ruins your sleep, everyone knows this. You know, I promised 4 steps, but I'll give you some extra value today, cause I'm feeling generous. Let's talk about mornings a little, since we've been focusing on the evening this whole video. So, for the morning, the best thing you can do is to avoid touching your phone. You wake up to your alarm, you walk over to the other side of the room to turn the alarm off, cause the previous night you tossed your phone over there, since you knew, I knew, everyone knows, you would never be getting up if you had the option to snooze. Then you put your phone down and you don't touch it for the first hour of the day. But what do I do for the first hour then? Well, I'm glad you asked. 2 important things: exercise and sunlight. Exercising moderately in the morning increases the amount of time you spend in deep sleep by 75%. That's a lot. This doesn't mean you have to wake up at 4 AM, put your running shoes on at 4:02 AM and be out the house at 4:03. No, don't have to do that. What I do is, let's say I wake up at around 6 AM and around 6:25 I'll be out of the house on a walk, light run for about 20 minutes. Then I'll hit some push-ups when I get home and do some stretching. You don't have to overcomplicate this. Start with any exercise, even if it's just walking for 10 minutes. The second important thing there is sunlight. Now, if you live in a country where the winter can last for over 200 days, like I do, you're pretty cooked. For everyone else, getting sunlight increases this hormone called cortisol, which is the thing that makes you feel awake and energized. This is also why I recommend taking a walk in the morning, because you're obviously outside getting sunlight. But if you don't want to go outside, I don't know why, just sitting next to a window for 10 minutes gives enough sunlight for the benefits. There was a study done with some office workers who sat next to windows versus office workers who sat next to a brick wall, and the dudes who sat next to a window got almost 200% more sunlight and slept on average 46 minutes more than the other dudes. Alright, that was a lot of information, but finally we have made it to week 4 and beyond, and you have made sleeping one of your top priorities. You developed a consistent bedtime, you wind down every night, you avoid things that disrupt your sleep, and you have a great morning routine. Wow, you did it. Holy fucking shit, I'm late.